Welcome back, Plugs and Thugs, episode 69.
69 tits out.
Hey!
Tits out. I'm not about it, but that's all right. It's welcome back for another week.
You can't just
Weak
exclaim,
sauce.
it's all right.
It is okay. It's okay. My titties are,
It's not a consensual decision.
He's got those titties on lockdown.
You guys got to woo me a little bit more, so didn't work out.
Let him get a little bit more of that sour in him, bro.
Yeah, right.
He'll be flashing us like a chick at Mardi Gras. Look at my tits!
Can we design an emoji for these live streams to where whenever somebody tips, it just like hurls beads at Daniel's camera?
Yeah. Every time they tip, he's got to show tits. Tips for tits.
For those that aren't watching, yes, tits are out, except for mine. But as always, as Daniel.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Zach.
And no Scott.
No Scott.
Yeah.
His computer is broke. Zach did help him because Zach is on the IT area.
The rumor is Scott and I are actually the same person with split personality disorder. We're never on at the same time.
I'd believe it. One's loud and one's quiet.
Yeah.
One's chubby just like us, and the other one's skinny.
I was going to say, what one has gained mass and muscle, the other has just gained mass.
I don't know. I was about to say massive muscle.
But
is all of your weight going to your tits, Alex?
Yeah.
Like, is it going into your nipples?
Yeah. More like quarantine 50, am I right, boys?
Yeah.
One of Zach's tits weighs more than I do.
Eating is just so much fun, dude.
Amelia says, "Daddy, put your shirt back on." Jesus.
You can't control me.
I'm an independent man.
Dad does what he wants.
Is this going to be the first time we ever see a preteen get muted live on stream or get grounded live on stream?
Preteen,
Possible.
bro. She's still only 8.
Oh, yeah.
Literally just turned
That's
8.
preteen. Technically preteen. She's not a teenager yet, so.
Yeah, there you go. Before
give me
teen.
a virtual hug.
That's cute.
I love you.
Give us the follows on all the social medias: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We got YouTube and Twitch. We did say last. Yeah, well, we will be once we finally pay for it. The only people that have said, yeah, we'll pull the trigger on the item we discussed last week was me and Zach, and Scott did say earlier today. So I don't know if Alex. Okay, it's
he's
not
pulling
really
the trigger.
All right, so next week we'll be streaming live on all 3. You heard it here first.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first.
Okay. But yeah, we got some.
All right, they're 1930s Vin Scully.
That's right, dude. That's right. Thank you.
Your daughter says she's the boss. But anyways, we got some questions this week. As always, we have been getting those. We'll get into some playoff updates. Got a lot of interesting topics on news this week. Fun stuff, I think, on the horizon. What do you guys think?
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good episode.
Yeah,
Tits out for Harambe.
Tits out for Brett Ritchie's career.
You mean Nick Ritchie's career?
They're both scumbags.
Yeah, let's see. Your mom said hi. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, your lady said hi.
Yeah.
Adam isn't sure what he's watching, but you're watching Alex and Zach with their nipples out, and we are going to be discussing hockey. So that's what you are currently watching. And those on podcast are really lost because they have not seen anything go on.
Yeah.
But
that's
first,
right, though.
Do you guys want to get into the first question or topic, whatever you want to call it?
Let's do it.
All right. First topic to hit here. We had a couple of people talking in the Discord asking us to discuss the Anthony Cirelli situation. He's an RFA this season. Kind of a big playoff. He's been big in the last series here for the Lightning. And so I think that's what's kind of spurred everybody talking about it. I know you guys were talking about it before we started the live stream. Is the hype real? But, they're wondering who will try and offer sheet, if anybody. It's kind of an interesting topic here, but
I think that
it's there.
The important thing is, for the type of contract people are talking about offer sheeting, can the Lightning even afford to match another $5 million deal?
The Lightning can't match. That's why people...
They're already so cap loaded. How do they make a deal like that work without moving somebody out? I mean, before the playoffs started, I would say, okay, maybe you move Andre Palat, who's on a 5x5 contract, but the way he's played in these playoffs, it's kind of a redundant statement. And the same goes for Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson has a front-loaded contract as well, but he's so good at doing the little things that most people don't notice. Is it really worth getting rid of a 3C that can flex into the 2 or even the 1 if you need him to?
I mean, is he really ever going to be that? I mean, he's been like Tampa. He's been okay. Like, on a team like Tampa, don't you think he'd produce more?
You remember just a few years ago, he was the 2C with Palat and Kucherov.
Yeah, dude, but we're talking about in 168 games, 94 points in 168 games. Now that
that's not bad.
Cumulative, I guess that's all right. But I don't know, man. Paying that kid paying him $5 million a year, I wouldn't offer sheet him.
Well, I think the reason it came up really is more for the fact that the Lightning, like you said, the Lightning can't really match. So does somebody offer sheet him just because they know either they're going to have to let him go or let somebody else go, which it's just kind of one of those situations. I think that's why the topic came up is more so putting the Lightning in a tough situation.
Off, what do the Lightning have to lose by losing Cirelli to an offer sheet? Which
probably not much.
I was going to say, you've got Braden Point, who's 23 years old. Tyler Johnson is 27, 28. Stamkos is 27, 28. You're already top loaded with quality centers.
Stamkos is going to be 32, 30, right?
Yeah, he's over 30.
He's the same age as Dewey. They got drafted the same year.
Oh, they did. Yeah. One
still, he's early 30s. I mean, he's had injury history, but still. It still makes sense. You continue. Your point still makes sense.
So, I mean, on top of that, you look at after this draft, like Zach has mentioned on previous episodes, the next draft is looking to be almost as deep as this draft is, just loaded with defensemen. So it doesn't matter how good of a team you are. If you throw out an offer sheet for $5 million, you're going to lose your first, your second, and your third round pick for that season.
Yeah,
I'm all right on that.
Do you really want to give up a pick in a loaded draft, regardless where you might? I mean, let's face it. A lot of the teams that are going to go after a guy like Anthony Cirelli for $5 million, they're going to be middle pack teams looking to expand their center core.
I think the only team that can legitimately offer sheet anybody this upcoming offseason is the Los Angeles Kings. And I do not see the Los Angeles Kings offer sheeting
Anthony Cirelli. Yeah.
I mean, either the Kings or the Senators. Or maybe even Tampa Bay, or not Tampa Bay, Detroit.
Yeah, but I know the point you're going to make is, but why does it make sense for them to offer sheet somebody like Anthony Cirelli?
They're building. I think if the Kings offer sheet anybody, it's going to be fucking Mikhail Sergachev, dude. That's they have the cap space. They have the assets to do it. I mean, that's honestly, the only team I can see.
I wouldn't mind it, man. If the Kings were to offer sheet Sergachev, okay, we give up our potential lottery pick for the next season, but that instantly makes our defense so much stronger. Yep. So much stronger.
You got a proven commodity to replace a position that we have in need.
And you have a more than competent partner for Drew Doughty, finally.
Yep.
He's a lefty, right, Sergachev?
Yeah, he's lefty. Yeah. It's with this offseason coming up, man, flat cap. Like, I just don't think teams are going to be willing to send that offer sheet through. I think Tampa Bay. I think I feel bad for him, but I think he might sit out next season. To be quite honest,
I don't think. I
don't know. I think he tries to prove him. I think he tries to up that ante.
I was going to say. I think you take
a 1 year deal.
A lower paying 1 or 2 year bridge deal, yeah. I mean, because you look at how the whole William Nylander thing ended, and really, nobody won. Did Nylander get a bigger payout? Yeah, but how much longer is it taking him a season and a half to get back on his feet?
Yeah,
that's true.
I think that whole situation kind of fucked both sides, and you also have, like you said, that it took him so long to get his feet back under him, and I mean, Nylander is probably a much better talent than Anthony Cirelli.
Oh, I agree.
So I mean, why even take that chance? At that point, you take, like you said, a 1 year deal to a decent, a decent rate for himself, and just a prove it deal at that point.
Or you just do what Jacob Trouba did for the first 5 years of his career in Winnipeg, and just 1 year, arbitration. 1 year, arbitration. 1 year, arbitration. I just keep bouncing around arbitration deals.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that he's not going to leave Tampa. It doesn't make sense for any team to offer sheet him, and it doesn't really make sense for him to sit out or try to force some kind of a move elsewhere.
Especially when he's playing for a proven cup contender and potential cup winner this season.
Well, I mean, if he gets offer sheet, he still has to accept, right?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, he has to accept the offer sheet. But the thing is, it's specifically with him sitting out, I get it. Toronto's kind of a bubble team every season. You have a locker room as tight as Tampa Bay, and you already mesh with the roster. The team is competing for a cup this season, but they're perennial cup contenders. We talk about them being in the race for it every year for like the last 5 years. Do you really want to miss out on that this early in your career and this stage of development?
Do you think he wants to sit on the third line the whole time? Probably not.
No, I mean it comes down to what's important to him at this point. If he thinks he's better than
everybody
where he's at,
has their role. It doesn't matter if you're the first line center. It doesn't matter if you're the fourth line center. Everyone has their job, and everyone's job is equally important.
Well, I mean, if he thinks that he's a 3C, I don't know if $5 million will be a fair offer for that.
But a 3C with the centers that he's playing in front of, and especially at with how young he is. He has time. I mean, even a season or two to grow into a 1C or a 2C. He's only 22 years old, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at
20, he's still young.
Yeah. He's
23.
23. Okay. Still. He's young. He's got another year or two to give up playing as a 3C. I mean, the only reason that Pearson and Toffoli grew into top 6 wingers in LA is because they clicked so well with Jeff Carter. I never thought Tanner Pearson was a consistent second line forward in the NHL. I still don't. But
top 6.
Top 6. But the chemistry was there. And I mean, you look at, for example, who was it? You look how Dallas's third line has played in the playoffs. They're playing better than Dallas's top line.
I mix up their second and third line just because they all kind of blend together. But who's their third line? Who's that? Faxa, who is
Como?
Their third line is Como. Or no, their third line is Nichushkin.
Adam will tell us if we get it wrong.
I think it's Nichushkin, Faxa, and
Nichushkin is with Colorado.
Oh yeah, Nichushkin is with Colorado. That's right.
I don't even know who the third line is.
I know it's Hintz and I think Faxa.
Oh, Rupe Hintz. I don't know. He bounced between second and third because he was so hot. I mean, Adam's probably already typing it up, which would be great. But yeah, I don't know. $5 million. I mean, I don't know if we're pulling that number out because they were talking about $5 million, or is that what's kind of on the table that he's looking for in the RF? I mean, is that what his next year is looking like? Is that what it goes up to?
I think,
or is that what they have to offer to?
We got to remember, and I'm only reminding you guys because I have to by the way, it's Rupe Hintz, Jason Dickinson, and Corey Perry.
Oh, Dickinson. Okay.
Dickinson and Perry. And Perry, as much of a scumbag as he was in their last game, he actually played very well.
I hate him.
I hate him.
With a burning passion.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 second, third lines. That's what
exactly.
Okay. Yeah, they blend together.
Yeah, their second line is that's. I was mixing Nichushkin up with Gurianov.
Oh yeah. Well, Nichushkin was there last year. That's why.
Yeah. We got to remember that we're living in a more modern salary cap era. So $5 million now isn't as scary as $5 million was to us 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I find myself looking at these contracts sometimes. I'm like, fuck, you pay $5 million for that guy, but then you look at, Carey Price making $10 million a season as a goalie, which is
10 and
unheard of.
Yeah. And then Pietrangelo is going to hit the open market, probably become the highest paid defenseman in the NHL after Doughty already is making $10 million a year.
Yeah.
So you're seeing more and more increases in. I mean, Connor McDavid's almost $12 million a year. He's the highest paid player in the history of the NHL per season.
Yeah.
I like it though. To be quite honest, I think stars deserve to get paid.
I think hockey players in general deserve to get paid more than they're making.
Lowest pay, well, besides like the MLS, they're the lowest paid
professional sports organization.
Yeah, that's
those
where
are clubs.
Yeah, that's where players that played in the European League come to finish up their career.
As opposed to widowing every other professional sport where it's you go to the U.S. to make a name for yourself, and you go to Europe when you're ready to be taken behind the barn and all the other.
Don't they play their games at Elysian Park?
Yeah, I see them every Sunday at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah. They're passing out orange slices and shit.
Introducing your MacArthur Park Galaxy.
Oh, God.
Your Pico Rivera Sports Complex football club.
Hollywood Sports Complex in Bellflower introducing the LA Galaxy.
Yeah, dude. You can play paintball while you're watching the soccer.
That's great.
That's a great question, though, Oswald.
It is a good question, Oswald. But, yeah, we think Cirelli's going to stay put.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
All right, next topic here. Bruins' uncertain future. They have an aging core, Chara status, Rask leaving, and also isn't his deal up? Doesn't he need a new deal with Rask?
Yeah.
This one I took this. Actually, I saw this topic on NHL. It was a question, and I thought it was kind of a good topic for us to discuss, especially with the name choices we came up with for the podcast this week. I thought the Bruins would be a good one to discuss. So this one's kind of a question. Well, I mean, this one's kind of open-ended. It's not really a direct question, but what do you think the Bruins' future beholds here?
Dave asks, when does Daniel take his shirt off?
Never. He never takes his shirt off. But I'll kind of.
I just saw that.
I'll start this off, man.
Please.
Besides like Charlie Coyle, there's literally nobody on that team worth like noting. David Krejci is aging.
Charlie
Charlie McAvoy, of course. I mean, he's like their number 1D now. But you know, as far as like forwards go, outside of Charlie Coyle, I mean, you don't really have a whole lot of talent there. Like,
I mean,
other than
Pasternak?
No, but I mean, other than the big line.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is they don't have the depth right now. You know what I mean?
Jake DeBrusk is kind of Kosh is kind of pitter pattered out a little bit.
I don't think Kosh has ever been good, dude. Like,
hey,
I don't get it.
I don't know, man. Kasha was looking real good for about half a season.
Yeah, before he got traded before he got injured and then got traded.
He was on the shitty Anaheim Ducks team, man. Of course he's gonna look good. He's like the best one out there on a shitty fucking team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. You have fucking baby Huey Nick Ritchie that I would spin kick in the fucking face. Like, I can't believe this guy is still in the league, bro. Like, I just don't understand how he's still in the league. But I mean, like, dude, they have like they essentially have the Ducks bottom 6 like in their lineup, bro.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Chris Wagner, fucking Nick Ritchie, Andre Kasha. Like, there we go. Kasha has pot. Tell him to share.
Potential. Adam says Kasha has pot, but doubt he ever reaches it.
He has great hands. He has great hands and he has great speed. I just don't think he has like what it takes between his ears, dude. Like, I just
mean a brain because he keeps getting concussions?
Well, that and he just looks like a Neanderthal. So I'm assuming that he's about as intelligent as a Neanderthal.
Well, he does. He has an injury history. That's really what came down to. I mean, shit, he got traded to Boston and immediately got injured and was out for, I don't know, 20 games.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just the dude can't catch a break. But
that's a bit of a stretch there, Adam. I would not say that Nick is a solid third or fourth liner, dude.
No
like
way.
The league has passed him by, bro.
No,
I mean, only effective enforcers that are out there are Ryan Reeves and Tom Wilson. Literally. Kyle Clifford too, but I mean he's more of a heart and soul kind of guy.
Yeah.
Nick Ritchie is none of that.
One more actually, Josh Anderson from Columbus.
Yeah, I mean I wouldn't call him a enforcer.
Bro, what? Josh Anderson? Who?
Josh Anderson, who?
He's in the same breath as like Jankowski from Calgary, dude. You just know them because they're fucking big old melons, bro. Their heads are just huge. They both look very similar.
I mean, Josh Anderson, I don't know. He's looked good. I wouldn't call him an enforcer though. I thought Josh Anderson was a little bit like more skilled too. He's a power forward.
He's got 115 points in 267 games. So
yeah, but I wouldn't call him a enforcer.
Yeah. I will wholeheartedly agree with Adam that Boston's media is shit, dude. Mm-hmm. They are shit.
I'd say 70% of Bostonians in general.
I mean, for those that don't know, I mean, Boston media, or not only Boston media, but Boston fans' Twitter also lit up as soon as Boston got ousted. Basically started blaming Tuukka Rask.
If you're hanging out at home this weekend and you want a good laugh, but you've watched everything on Netflix, check out the Boston Bruins official subreddit, because that place is a fucking gold mine right now.
If you just have tons of time to spare.
Yeah, exactly.
You probably do. You're sitting at home. It's fine.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. Like, don't talk.
Adam, he's only put up 30 points once in the NHL, bro. I don't think that Nick is going to get you 30 points, bro. He's only done it once. Oh, that guy's a sack of shit. I'm looking at a picture of his face right now, and I kind of just want to fucking roundhouse him that weird looking mouth.
He does. He looks like a spoiled, like one of those kids that are just oversized and spoiled.
Yeah. My dad is a lawyer, okay?
He looks like you grew up yachting in Vermont.
This is boring, Mom.
Oh, fuck.
Can we go back to where the GBH and date rape drugs are? Come on.
I was just about to say, Mom, I don't want to play hockey. I just want to play frisbee golf and rape chicks with my friends.
Jesus Christ. God damn.
Good.
Bro.
Over the top.
Oh, Jesus. Alex is what we like to call a habitual line stepper.
You're not wrong.
Well, hopefully YouTube doesn't shut us down for the over the top. I know we marked as explicit for.
Oh, that wasn't that bad.
Oh, okay.
It could have been a lot worse.
I've seen worse.
Anyone that's listening to
worse.
This episode, circa episode 10 and over, they've heard much worse.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, but that was just SoundCloud. That wasn't live on YouTube.
I've seen people taking massive shits on YouTube, okay? Just dropping trow and letting it go.
Oh, just perfect.
Like just like Boston, second round of the playoffs.
But back to Boston, though. I mean, they do have a lot of fucking questions, man. I mean,
they do. I know that
older.
Rask does have 1 year left on his deal, is what Adam was saying. But still, if you're the guy, you're due a deal or you're due a trade, and especially him leaving, even though it's not his fault, and I don't think he should be chastised for leaving during the bubble. I mean, with all the question marks that they have and his inconsistencies that he's had over the last couple of years and injuries, you throw all that together, Rask is a question mark. It doesn't matter if he has 1 year left on his deal.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think Chara retires. I think he's done.
Yeah, 43.
I disagree. I think Chara plays one more season, but I don't think it's going to be in Boston.
Why would he play anywhere else if he's
either going to sign a 1 year deal with Boston and keep that going, or he's done. There's no reason for him to go somewhere else.
Agreed. I don't think it's about winning another cup. I mean, if he wants to win a cup, he's going to win it with Boston. Mm-hmm. Like I said, David Krejci's aging. Bergeron is aging. They're young. The young prospects that are coming up. I mean, they drafted a kid last season that I thought was really, really good. Played for the U.S. development team, super fast. Kind of wish the Kings had picked him up, but he looks like he's going to be good. But again, like they've had, they're kind of in the position the Kings were like a couple seasons ago. They have a bunch of aging players. They have some contracts that are probably undesirable, and they have no depth that's coming up to take over.
The only thing they have that's really kind of keeping them in that middle ground of not just being an absolutely atrocious contract team is they have 23-year-old Pastrnak, 24-year-old Pastrnak, and 22-year-old Mac. And even Brandon Carlo, I still like.
Yeah, Brandon Carlo's a decent defenseman. I like him as well. Yeah. But you know what, though? Do you know what puts them over the top is motherfucking Nick Ritchie, dude.
30 point player Nick Ritchie.
Guaranteed 30 points. I'm just fucking around.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. This is, I mean, I like the comparison that you brought up, the Kings. I mean, are they going to? They're in that no man's land that, like you said, the Kings were in. Now, do they make the same mistake and continue to try to use those veterans to get back because you're right there and you keep making the playoffs, or do they go the way the Kings didn't go and try to use the assets they have to try to
give it one?
Go ahead. No, I was going to say. I mean, that's it. It's just do you make that move now to try and shorten the time that they might fall off the cliff?
I'd say give it one more season since you still have Rask for another year. And you still have most of your key players coming back, or at least your key players.
Well, that's if Rask doesn't decide to retire.
Well, but my thing is, Boston. If Boston brings back most of this core, their window to win another Stanley Cup is literally next season.
Yeah.
So, and I think after that, honestly, if it were me, move out Bergeron and Marchand to other Cup contenders while they're still term, and get some young quality prospects back, especially from Marchand.
Yeah, people that just need that one player to get over the top.
Get some younger guys, some quality, borderline elite caliber younger guys, or chase the lottery picks, exactly, and start rebuilding around Pastrnak while he's still more or less young. Pastrnak and McAvoy.
Yeah, but you got to build through the draft. It's going to take a while. They have one more season than I mean, I kind of agree with you. I guess they can go for it next season.
I don't think they're a standout Cup contender, but I would say if they're going to be, the next season's their last season for it.
I just don't see the depth for them to like make a run, but it's going to be a long process for them, man. Because I mean, the one thing that they do have that the Kings didn't have is actual desirable people like to trade. You know what I mean? They have Bergeron, they got Marchand, they can move Krejci. Somebody will take Krejci.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like we were talking about in the modern NHL, $7 million for a forward like Krejci really isn't that bad. I mean, he's still, I wouldn't say one of the more dynamic, but he still outskates kids 10 years younger than him that are getting paid the same amount of money.
Yeah.
I think Krejci's still a quality role player. Honestly, Krejci now reminds me of Jeff Carter in like 2013, 2014.
He's just one hit away, bro, from becoming a scrambled egg. That's all. I mean, it's all it takes, dude. He's like Louis Erickson, but a center.
Ouch. That worked out for Vancouver.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is going to be an interesting offseason for sure for them. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens, but I do agree. I think the Rask decision is going to be a big one because, yeah, I mean, Adam also says that he thinks Rask calls it after the contract and after the backlash he got from them. I mean, I know it's not from his teammates, but still, like, to see that from fans and the situation, like, that's not something you want to come back and basically play for. I mean, come on.
Isn't this the same Boston fan base that burns effigies of African American players?
I was literally just about to say, I mean, isn't it Boston who still has problems with their fans calling black baseball players the N-word? Mm-hmm. Like, come on now, man. It's fucking Boston. They're the fucking south of the north, dude.
The south of the north. Jesus. Yeah.
My grandma's from Massachusetts, dude. She's from Lynn, but still, I mean, they're the fucking south of the north, dog.
Oh my god!
King of the North.
Can we take a palate cleanser break to appreciate the Vancouver Canucks just extended the series, beating Vegas 2-1 with 17 shots on goal to Vegas' 43.
30. It was 3-1, wasn't it? 3-1. They scored an empty netter at the end.
No, they didn't.
What? I literally just watched it on TV.
I don't know if that's going on.
They overturn it. Goalie interference.
I guess
there was a goalie interference. Tip by Pettersson, but
literally just watched Horvat shoot it into an empty net, unless like the horn went before like the puck went in.
Oh,
I mean,
maybe.
could be, but
regardless, okay, so then it would be 3-1 with Vancouver having 18 shots on goal, and Vegas still has fucking 43.
Good lord.
That's your Demko, fucking goalie of the future
That's
for
your
the
Demko.
Yep.
Their whole goalie core looks. Don't they still have DPS?
Did you see what Adam said? As
Hold
someone
on,
from the
let's do
south,
this.
as someone from the south, I'm insulted you compare us to them. But he's from Texas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Texas is a lot more refined from
Well,
Boston.
it depends. Hold on. Depends
Yeah,
what
that's
part.
true.
Depends where. He's in Houston, though.
That's the progressive. That's the progressive South, bro.
You're thinking of Austin.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, any
Houston
larger
also-
cities are usually progressive. But
Houston is essentially Silver Lake South.
Silver Lake South.
Boyle Heights, dude. One or the other. Boyle Heights, Silver Lake, one or the other, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
A bunch of white people living amongst their Latino brothers. Dude.
I was gonna say any neighborhood that's downtrodden, beat to shit, and tagged up that has girls walking around with sundresses and oversized hats.
I mean, you can say that, but
Any township where record stores still stay in business.
hey, bro, record stores are the shit, dog. That's because you illegally torrent your shit. You hear me, Spectrum?
So we did get a question from our buddy Adam
stop.
that is here. Go ahead.
There's no such thing as illegal torrents anymore. I pay $9.99 to illegally torrent all the music I want through Spotify, and it's 100% legal.
This is true.
It's like Uber not wanting to W-2 their drivers. There's loopholes through everything in this system. As long as someone's getting money in their pocket, I'm free to do whatever I want in this country.
Exactly.
As long as you don't treat those people like human, then you can do what you want, dude.
Yeah. As long as you don't burn their effigies on live television.
Exactly.
There you
Boston,
go.
looking at you.
Yeah, we're looking at you. But
Alabama North.
Alabama North. God damn. Alabama North. I love it.
Yeah.
So Adam did have a great question. I know Zach really liked this one. So when we can go back to hockey games again, and if you were able to go to the first King games back, who would you want to see them play?
Oh,
before we get into this,
yes, please.
Actually, a tweet came out. Heard news today, not good on the front of going back to Staples for games. The team is preparing a letter to roll over our money to 21-22 season. They aren't thinking that they'll be playing in front of fans next year.
So I'm just going to come out and say it. By the time we're able to go back to games, I would love to see the Kings play the Seattle Kraken at the Kraken's 30th anniversary game with my grandkids.
Are you going back to Russia or something?
Yeah, seriously.
Jesus.
It just feels like it's never going to end.
Honestly, I mean, for me personally, I like going to games. I love going to Kings games. I mean, the atmosphere is great. But I pay attention to the game like so much that I literally prefer to watch the game on TV, just because I can see every detail of what's going on.
That's why me and Daniel like sitting on the corner boards or like in the 200s on the corners.
Oh, my bad. Not everybody can afford fucking 200s, asshole.
PR.
Listen, when we're paying $12
wait.
a ticket to go watch the Yotes, we can absolutely all.
Don't be an
Okay.
idiot. Wait until 10 minutes before puck drop and buy it while you're sitting at Yard House drinking beer.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
But
Drink cheap, buy cheap.
if I'm going to go to a game, once we can go back, honestly, it doesn't matter who we play because I'm just so excited to see like the Kings, like kids like playing. Because I mean, we're obviously not going to be able to go back to, we're not going to be able to go back to games for a while.
Right.
So hopefully by the time that we can go back, some of these kids have been developed.
I'm still gonna go ahead and say it. I'd love for my first game back to be LA versus Seattle.
That is not what I said, bro. I haven't smoked pot in like fucking a year, dude.
Higher is better. That's all he said.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
talking about seats.
Oh yeah, dude.
Jesus.
The higher the bear,
The higher the bear.
Way to miss that one.
the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Oh my god.
To me, I mean, yeah, I don't really care who I see play either because, it's just being able to be live back at a sporting event would be great. But I think, just the easy one would probably be, Seattle's too easy to say I want to see because that would be a new team. So I would probably say I think I want to see I want to see them play Colorado because I want to see Nathan McCann at the same time.
I'd love, man. If I had to pick a team, it'd be Edmonton just because I want to watch Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
I've seen McDavid, so
did you kiss him on the mouth?
No.
No, security wouldn't let me get close enough.
No, but
doesn't matter how many.
I yelled at Darnell Nurse and slapped the boards when he walked by.
Oh, is it because he's black? You from Boston, dude?
Jesus.
Are you from Boston,
Let's
Daniel?
start spreading rumors on our podcast now. No, because he's tall as fuck, dude.
And you couldn't see the action?
No, it was just for skater. It was just for the skate around before the game. Remember we were down there, Alex? It was just he kept coming by and messing with somebody we were at the game with at the same time. So it was just more.
Lines up in the leftmost face-off dot. Daniel was just standing up, down in front.
Down in front, get out of the way.
Hey, asshole, you make a better door than a window.
Jesus.
On this episode of most used lines by 40-something-year-old white men.
Yeah, dude.
Good Lord.
That's me.
Can I get you anything else? A winning lottery ticket?
Yes.
I'd love us all to go together when all this gets back to normal and get get seats right behind the opposing team's net. Daniel, do you remember when we?
I don't know who's shitting money out for that, but
do you remember when
PR is fine with me?
Remember me and Daniel Lichtenstein chirped the fuck out of Michael Hutchinson for an entire game,
and now he's no longer in the league.
What are you talking about? He played yesterday.
I know.
He got
played for Colorado. I know.
Yeah, Adam knows all about Michael Hutchinson.
Bro, we got to him too. He was slashing at the goalpost in between calls.
Cheers. Yep.
That was actually his mating call, Alex. He thought you were cute. He could see your nipples through your shirt.
Oh, I would have been all over that, bro. Never have to work again.
There you go.
If you're listening and not watching, Alex has the puffiest nipples ever, dude.
Yeah.
Let us see him, Alex. Come on.
Like Hershey's Kisses.
God damn. Those are so big. I love them.
Oh, God.
Shit.
Oh, God.
So, appreciate the questions we got this week.
Yeah,
thank you all. As always, good ones. Keep them coming. Adam's always got good ones. Don't get him started about Game 5. I won't. We'll just talk about it as we go through our playoff updates. So the first series to discuss here, the Flyers and Islanders. New York actually leads the series 3-2 now. Philly got the Game 5 win in overtime before we recorded. 4-3. Pretty nasty fucking tip, to be honest with you.
I don't understand what is going on with the Islanders in these playoffs.
I was literally
a boring, mediocre team, but they cannot be stopped. What is happening, bro?
Is Barry Trotz that good?
Why is
Barry Trotz is a monster? And after today, the Islanders are not boring. The Islanders scored 2 goals in the last minute and 58 seconds, I think it was.
True. That's true.
To tie the game, sending it to overtime.
But what were you saying, Alex?
Why is Anders Lee all of a sudden a good hockey player?
Because he's from Minnesota, dude.
You look up and down that roster and there's no star power. I mean, Matthew Barzal, okay, but what else do you have?
Josh Bailey is a fucking
good.
monster.
Josh Bailey is low-key sick.
Nick Leddy is a fucking monster on skates, bro. Andy Green is a fucking legend.
Stop
Andy Green is ancient, and guess what? He had a couple points last game. Dude, have you seen his fucking beard? It is so gray.
Wild.
Yeah, man, he's fucking 55 years old. He's
looking like Johnny Boychuk's number.
Yeah. All right. One key thing from this game that we haven't brought up yet is Sean Couturier went down at the end of the second, didn't come back.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
That's scurry.
Scurry for game.
He had Scott Lawton on the
6.
fucking top line.
Well, Scott Lawton scored the game winner, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He scored some big goals these playoffs. To be honest with you,
I think Provorov is quickly emerging as one of the better offensive defensemen in the league. I mean,
yeah, that shot he threw was nasty.
He makes a lot of defense. Not even the shots, bro. There was, what was it? The last game I was watching, game 4. He had like 3 dangles from the left corner of the ice to the slot while skating backwards and feeding out for one-time passes, and they all hit.
Yeah.
All right, but here's the real question, though, dude. Are you talking about Ivan Caveman Provorov, dude?
Yeah.
Have you fucking seen him?
He looks like Cro-Magnon for sure.
Looks, number one, he looks like Cro-Magnon man, but number 2, he looks like fucking Robin Williams when he comes out of Jumanji going, what year?
Hold on. I'll be able to, let's see. I'll pull this motherfucker up.
Looks like Brendan Fraser and Iceman.
Yeah, dude, exactly, bro. Like, this guy literally looks like he smells like fucking 5-year-old beer.
You can smell him from his photos.
Yeah, you can smell him through the TV, bro.
He's dirty though, bro, and I don't just mean his body.
Who's better, Dmitry Orlov or Ivan Provorov?
Oh, I think Provorov for sure, bro.
Yeah, me too.
I think Orlov is a solid offensive defenseman, but I feel like he's more of a role-playing defenseman.
But don't you know both of them? Like, don't you call them at home?
Yeah, we talk all the time.
Nah, but we need a more recent one, dude.
Okay, let's see.
Because it's even worse now.
Yeah, bro, his beard is gnarly.
They're playing the Islanders.
Yeah.
Let's see. Be able to pull this up right now. Well, yeah, they'll probably have a picture.
Daniel's very, very, very has all the foresight to close all his other browser windows before.
I don't leave.
Smart.
I don't usually leave more than 2 windows open.
Well, yeah, he's got a Mac, bro. It'll blow up.
Yeah, true. Daniel, go back up. Go back up to
Which
the
one?
Go back up into the wall.
Oh, right here.
There it is. Look at this guy.
Look at this guy.
Doesn't even know where he's at right now.
That's a shitty quality picture, but you can see it.
I was gonna say the dude looks like he's animated straight into like Assassin's Creed 2.
What is he looking at?
His face looks well resolution.
Yeah, it is. Oh man.
I think his face is like a pre-generated face for a World of Warcraft character.
Predictions going forward. Do you think the Islanders close it out, or Philadelphia is gonna?
I don't know, man. I want to say they do, just because I really don't want to see the Islanders keep winning. But honestly, man, I think it's gonna come down to goaltending because I don't know what the fuck they were doing in Game 4. I've always said this, Zach. I don't know, like if you've been on the show when I've talked about it, but I reiterate it all the time. Game 4 is the most important game in any playoff series, regardless of the current score in the series is. Why the fuck do you go with Brian Elliott in Game 4 of a series? It is
back-to-backs?
Back-to-backs.
Who cares? Yeah. It's the playoffs. You run your best goalie.
Yeah, but Carter Hart's only 22 years old, dude.
He's young enough. He can go back-to-back.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean,
it's true.
Does he have the stamina though, dude?
The stamina.
I don't know.
The stamina.
Does he have the stamina?
But the other thing is, bro, I think people underestimate how good of a goalie Tomas Greiss is.
Who?
I mean, yeah,
Tomas Greiss.
Greiss.
Who?
Thomas Greiss.
Yeah, there we go. Thomas Greiss. Oh, there we go.
Tomas.
We're in America, Alex. Speak English.
No, Russia. It's not Tomas Tatar. It's Thomas Greiss.
Tomas. Each state like tiger.
If Adam, I'm gonna call it now. If the Islanders beat out the Lightning and go to the finals, I'm not watching the finals.
That's
very
pretty
trots, dude.
Very trots.
Last thing I want to see is a New York. No, the last thing I want to see is Daniel's dad's Facebook feed when the New York Islanders make the Stanley Cup.
Wouldn't it be a boring fucking series, a boring final if it's the Islanders versus the Detroit or the Dallas Stars?
Oh my god,
fucking boring, dude.
It's just gonna be 45 minutes of guys man hugging each other and shoving each other onto the ice.
Yep.
It's not even gonna be hockey. It's gonna be the world's largest organized boxing exhibition.
They're gonna neutral zone trap each other, bro.
Everyone
At the same time. They're both just gonna be in their end.
It's gonna look like a lineup for the national anthem, just all the time, 5 bodies deep on each blue line, helmets off, just like staring at the ice, nodding their heads in silence for
This
60 minutes.
It's like that meme, dude. It's just like this is fine. This is fine.
This is fine.
Oh.
Damn. But yeah, I think the Islanders finish that off next series or next game. Sorry,
Philly's taking it.
I will say though, I
don't care who wins that series.
I have said it in every series they've played, but I'm going to say it again. If they play Tampa in the Eastern Conference Finals, they're going to get fucking eaten alive.
I don't know, man.
Tampa is so much faster than any of the teams they've played. You can't neutral zone trap what you can't catch.
That's true. I can agree with you with that.
And on top of that, dude, Tampa's defense, like as great as they are in the offensive zone, they're brutal defensively. Brutal. I would as an NHL player, I would hate to play against Tampa's top 4.
Fucking Zach Bogosian? You would hate to play against him?
Maybe not Zach Bogosian, but like Ryan McDonough, Victor Hedman, Nikolaus Sergachev. Like
Sergachev.
I think Strawman's still one of the more underrated D-men in the NHL.
Strawman's not even with Tampa Bay anymore. He's still in Florida. Jesus Christ.
I'm moving in 2018. I'm sorry.
Where have you been, dude?
He wasn't here last week.
Yeah, you weren't here last week. Where the fuck have you
here.
been? I'm just trolling, Adam. I'm literally just trolling, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of Tampa Bay, they won their series versus Boston 5 games, 4 games to 1. Taking out Boston in a double overtime yesterday, 3-2. That was, I think Tampa won. It wasn't surprising that Tampa won. That was going to be a good series. We talked about them matching up in round in this round here being kind of it kind of sucked because we were hoping to see them in the Eastern Conference Finals together.
Yeah.
But the fact that they finished off in 5 games and a couple of them in pretty demanding fashion, especially the 7-1 rout. After getting the overtime win, Boston needed to get some momentum, and they came out and shit kicked them 7-1. Rode that and just kind of, I don't know. From there on, they just seemed to kind of take control. Rask left. They could get no momentum. They did get it to overtime, but Tampa was a better team. They kept going. Did not give up and moving on to the Eastern Conference Final.
Yeah.
Again, man, I just don't think I just don't think Boston has the depth.
I agree.
Don't.
Yeah.
I feel like New York has too much depth, if that makes any sense. Specifically talking about if the Islanders played the Lightning in the next round.
Okay.
The Islanders have too much depth.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you got the best 4th line in hockey, bro.
No.
Kyle Clutterbuck, fucking Casey Cizikas, Matt Martin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Those guys bang bodies.
Oh, yeah.
They bang bodies, dude, all night long.
All fucking long. Yep.
All night long. 4 lines, bodies banging.
And somehow keep scoring goals. Yeah, so obviously Tampa Bay moved on. They'll see who they face in the next round. Moving on to the Western Conference here, unless you guys have something else to say about that series.
I will say this, man. I will retract what I said about them making the move for Barclay Goodrow and Blake Coleman. That's really paid off. I mean, they've really fit into that bottom 6, and they're doing pretty well.
Blake Coleman has worked out really well for Tampa.
I think they overpaid. That's just my personal opinion, but it's worked out for them.
Yeah.
So on to the Western Conference here. We move to the Vegas Golden Knights playing Vancouver. Vegas now leads the series 3-2 after Vancouver won tonight. This has been kind of an interesting series. They keep going back to, back and forth. And I want to say that just because I know last time we recorded was right after, I think Game 2 was happening. So Vegas has already shit kicked Vancouver, and Zach was saying, this is what he was expecting to happen to Vancouver in the very first series. Didn't happen. Then Vancouver came out, got a win, so kind of silenced that out. But then Vegas got back-to-back wins, and then Vancouver didn't give up, so they're forcing a Game 6. I didn't see much of the game tonight, so I know you guys were watching it. I tried to pull it up here, and I had some issues. But, I mean, what are you guys thinking about the series so far?
Vancouver got lucky. I want to agree, but I really like Vancouver a lot. It's hard for me to agree, but I agree with you. I think Vegas is just a more seasoned team in the playoffs at this point than Vancouver is. And, you know, it always takes that first big loss for a team to really become that elite playoff team, or even like contending playoff team. And Vegas was against the Caps in the finals a couple years ago, and this might end up being Vancouver's. But I think if Vancouver loses this series, they have a really good chance of making the Western Conference Final next season, I think. But they need to get that one big, like, soul-crushing loss out of the way.
They need cap space, bro. That's what it is. They need cap space. I'm going to go on record and say this, dude. I don't know if I've ever told anybody this or anything, but I fucking hate Vegas, dude. I hate them with a burning fucking passion, dude. Literally. Yeah. Literally. It's like they have 8 skaters on the ice at one time, dude. Not only that.
Fun fact, they do lead the league in most too many men penalties in the last 3 seasons.
And literally, bro, it just seems like there's literally someone on the puck at all fucking times, dude. Number 1. Number 2, that team was constructed of all second liners.
Yeah.
How do you match up against that? How do you match up against that?
You're right. You're right. I mean, they murdered it at the draft. Then they signed Pacioretty. They got Stone. They've in 3 years done what it takes teams 10 years to draft.
Bullshit. Number 3. This is most important. They're literally Vancouver now. They are the Vancouver diving team, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just so aggravating to watch, man, that they literally dive every chance they can get. And then number 2, and this is one of my biggest pet peeves in hockey. I don't understand how more penalties aren't called, but they run picks constantly.
They do.
I can't fucking stand that, man. I can't stand picks.
They're always counter skating the passing lanes.
Yep. Hate it. Just hate that team, bro. Every single person that's on that team, even fucking Alec Jazz Hands Martinez. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I've always hated Alec Martinez. Even when he was a King too. It's hard not to like Max Pacioretty. He's like the nicest dude in hockey.
Yes, he is.
Bobby Ryan.
Who do I hate more, Vegas or Flames? Vegas. 100% Vegas.
I don't hate the Flames. I just hate Johnny Gaudreau and Matthew Tkachuk.
I just hate Matthew Tkachuk. I have respect for the Flames. Sean Monahan is an amazing center.
Monahan's a phenomenal center.
He's a great player.
Man rocket.
Despite what everybody says, I love Mark Jared.
Dude, my hatred for Tkachuk, Corey Perry, and who's that? Who's the other player that I can't stand? Just because I want to punch him in the mouth. Nick Ritchie. My hatred for all 3 of those does not combine to my hatred, or doesn't equal the same level as my hatred for Vegas. I just can't fucking stand them.
You were about 18 players short on that first list.
Yep. I just hate them. Can't stand them.
Yeah.
Hate them.
Man,
terrible team. Yeah. I think Vegas takes that series.
I think so too. Yeah.
Colorado, Dallas.
Colorado, Dallas.
Ooh, I'm pulling for Dallas, man.
I'm still pulling for Colorado, but honestly, man, this has been probably the most interesting series in this round of playoffs.
Yeah. This has been very interesting. It's really surprising, actually. I mean, it's not surprising that Dallas and Colorado are kind of going back and forth here. It was actually more surprising that Dallas was up how they were. Yeah, they were up 3-1. They were, I mean, and their wins were multi-goal wins, except for Game 4. They were really putting Colorado on in a really tough spot. Colorado responded big time yesterday, throwing out their 3rd-string goalie because Francouz was unfit to play, and Grubauer was already injured. So they start Michael Hutchinson and had some random dude. Yeah, and some random dude backing him up. And
David Ayers.
David Ayers.
And then they spotted Michael Hutchinson a 5-0 lead in the first period.
Yep.
I mean, they scored, I think they said 4 goals in like 4 minutes and 49 seconds or something like that. It was the second shortest amount of time to score that many goals in a playoff game.
Also, Daniel, at the end of that game, fun fact for you, because you're such a big McKinnon fan, McKinnon's point production so far in these playoffs is the 5th highest production of any player in the history of the league. The most recent was, I believe, they said 1993.
Now, is that counting the round robin or no?
No, that is only counting the actual playoffs.
Okay, that's wild.
So
and he's trying to. I think tomorrow he's looking to extend. And I did get confirmation, Zach. I know they put up a fucked up graphic last week before we recorded. It wasn't a goal streak; it was a point streak. That's why it didn't add up. But he's going for 14 straight games tomorrow for points in the playoffs, which would break the Colorado Avalanche record.
Fuck you, Joe Sakic.
I still think that Dallas wins tomorrow.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, this series has been so hit and miss. You really don't know who's going to win a game until the end of the first period.
Dallas, I just feel like Dallas has the depth, man. That fourth line for Dallas, Como, Cogliano, and then I think Radek Faksa. It's either the third or fourth line. Doesn't really matter at this point.
Yeah.
But that line playing up against McKinnon is just, it's a god awful matchup for Colorado.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Yeah, it's been a fun series to watch. That's for sure. I mean, I think tomorrow's game. I mean, obviously, but it's really pivotal because I think if Colorado wins and ties that series up, they're going to take it in 7.
I agree.
Dallas has to win tomorrow, or else they're really fucked, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. Let's move on to the notes we have for this week. There's some
fun first one, that's for sure.
Yeah. We just talked about it 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So as we talked about, the whole Arizona thing finally has a resolution. Arizona is going to be forfeiting their first-round pick in 2021 and their second-round pick this season due to the sanctions for violating the combine testing policy. I'm okay with it. I kind of wish they would lose their first this year.
I don't think they have a first.
Oh, they don't have a first. You're right.
Yeah. I think that's why they came to that term. They don't have so this punishment that they got is extra big because I think they lose basically the picks that they have in early rounds the next 2 seasons.
Right.
Yeah, so they lost, like you said, first round next year because they don't have one this year.
Right.
Second pick this year. I think the earliest round they have hold on, I just pulled up the article. I think the earliest round that they have is like a 4 since it's either like late 3rd or a 4th rounder this year after losing that pick.
Which is so brutal for a team like Arizona that while they've gathered some star power, they're still technically in the rebuilding process. And yeah, by the way, you're right. They have their first pick in this year's draft will be the 4th round.
Since they lost the second,
Next year, they also don't pick until the 4th round.
Yeah, that's what
I
thought.
A shout out to my homie Alex from work. Hey, watching this. He doesn't know anything about hockey though. He's from Hawaii.
Nice.
So
he's still watching though.
In 2021, they've already traded their 1st and 3rd round picks. So now they're losing their 2nd, but they have 2 picks in the 4th round next season. So they have theirs in Pittsburgh's next season, and then they have their 4th this season. So for a team like Arizona that still needs a few young elite level pieces to really take that next step, this is going to throw a big roadblock up for them with these 2 loaded drafts we have coming up in the next couple of years.
Well, you know what they say, man. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's hard facts.
And I know there was some questions at first. They were wondering why, maybe Arizona lost those picks, thinking that what's his name, their GM was kind of solely responsible for that.
Yeah.
But after the investigation, it was not his doing. It was the organization.
Wayne Gretzky.
It was the organization as a whole that it was more of a. I don't think they were making it like a huge deal, or he directed them to go do it. It was like, oh, hey, we're going to go do this. as an organization. So that's why they deemed it necessary to, punish the team versus giving Chaika. That's what I was trying to think of. Chaika, him losing his job, they didn't just let it go away.
Right. That's smart. Moving
so
on.
I think
The NHL is investigating Dave Talon for alleged racial language during time in the bubble.
Sounds about white. Let's be real here, dude. Like,
are there any details to this story other than that have been released to the public? Because that's pretty much, that tagline is pretty much all I've heard about it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, no, they haven't. They just said that. I know there was a couple that were shared in the Discord. There was one that said that, and then they were like, when was it? Because, the whole canceled season and everything, they didn't know when it was. And they were like, oh, no, it's alleged use while in Toronto is what they were saying. I haven't heard anything else. It's just something they're looking into. I'm sure they're not going to say anything about it until they have further detail. Yeah. I mean, they don't want to. There's been too many issues of people getting their careers ruined for alleged things and then nothing coming about it. So I guess we'll see what comes out of this.
I mean, let's be real here, dude. Does it surprise anybody that an old
somebody
white
from Florida
male, white male that has money that is using that kind of language? No, not really.
Especially located in Florida.
Yep.
Yeah. Southern Florida at that.
You know who really got Dale Talon in trouble? Fucking Nick Ritchie, dude. There you go, Adam.
Or Mike Matheson.
Mike Matheson.
For that fucking deal.
Oh, dude. Speaking of real gentlemen, dude, isn't he? He's from SoCal, right?
Yeah, he is. He was on.
No, he lives in SoCal. He's actually, I think he's from Florida.
Dude, I'm just fucking around. Every time I see him, like on any other Discords, I have to ask him that.
I know. He'll appreciate it. He actually messaged me. He was like, "You want to play the technical test?" I was like, "Recording." He was like, "Loser."
Oh,
ouch!
I know. I wanted to play.
So moving on to our next piece of news, Mike Green, one of my favorite all-time NHL defensemen, retired after 15 seasons in the NHL.
Mike, fourth wing Green, retired.
So I actually have some notes for you guys.
Please.
So
share.
Enlighten me.
From Mike Green's second season to his fourth season in the NHL, he had 18 goals, 31 goals, and 19 goals respectively.
That's his 2, 3, and 4.
In his second, third, and fourth season. But regardless, any defenseman that tees up 31 goals in the season, especially in like 2008, 2009, where it was a much bigger, much more physical league, that is ridiculously impressive, especially when you're playing with Alex Ovechkin, who at that point in his career never ever passed the puck.
Correct. Or played 200 feet of ice.
Mike Green also holds the NHL's longest consecutive goal-scoring streak by a defenseman that he achieved in that same season, 2008-2009, where he teed up 13 goals in 8 games.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, Mike, fourth winger Green, dude.
Yeah.
He
was Brent Burns before Brent Burns.
I always liked him, man. I wanted the Kings to go after him. I think
I did too. So
I think it was like 2010, 2011.
As a defenseman in the NHL, in 880 NHL games, he teed up 592 points.
Wow.
What was his plus minus?
I don't have it here.
But of course you don't hide it.
I can. Also, in 76 playoff games, he had 37 points, which is also very, very impressive.
Yeah, for a defenseman, for sure.
Yeah.
And then I just put this note in because they
85 picks.
So they had Edmonton as his last place played. So I had to make that note there. He was traded to Edmonton this season on February 24th, played 2 games, sprained his knee, and then opted out of return to play after COVID. So, he played.
They should have shipped this contract to Arizona, who's quickly building the league's all-star team of retired players. By the way, he was a minus 17 for his career.
Yeah, minus 17.
But that came from playing for Detroit last season when he was a minus 32.
He just looks like his skin's going to look like leather when he's older.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he looks like he sits out in tans every day.
So one more note for you guys. He only had 2 career negative seasons that were in double digits. Because he had like a -3 and a -6. all his big negatives came when in 15 when he went to Detroit. -6, -20, -14, -1, -32.
That sucks.
2019, 2020, he was a -34.
Yeah. Detroit.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. Unreal. Well, yeah, he's playing with rebuilding Detroit.
But yeah, he's also a 34-year-old defenseman that doesn't really play physical defense. So I mean, that's what happens, and he can't skate very well anymore.
Exactly.
But hey, I mean,
just 2 seasons ago, he had 26 points in 43 games. That's really impressive.
Big ups to him on a great career, though, dude.
Yeah, he did have a great career.
Yeah, man, I love Mike Green.
Yeah.
Next year,
rest in peace.
Whoa,
Jesus.
Oh shit! I mean,
happy retirement.
Have a good retirement.
Really quick, I'll
retire in peace, right?
I'll spread it out for you guys just a little broader.
Spread it out for me, dude.
76 career playoff games. He had 10 goals and 27 assists. It was a -3.
Spread it.
Spread it.
Spread it.
Spread it.
Never won a Stanley Cup.
No. Vladimir Tarasenko, shoulder injury again.
Really quick.
What? Really quick.
Alex is not done about Mike Green.
He's not done.
He's literally about to shed a tear right now.
The most upsetting thing looking at his career is he played for Washington and left right before they got really, really good, and joined Detroit right after they stopped being really, really good.
He's the missing piece.
He is the missing piece.
That's on him.
Yeah.
That's on him. Anyways, Vladimir Tarasenko, shoulder injury continues. He re-injured the same shoulder, serious enough to require surgery, and he will likely miss the start of next season.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I really hope that I'm wrong about this. This dude's production is gonna fall off from where people expected him to be.
Motherfucking Sean Walker, bro, built like a fucking rock, like a rock. Oh, like a rock. Dude, I mean, you guys know that, right? That Tarasenko injured his shoulder after not even a collision, dude. Sean Walker kind of just went into him, like when they're
Sean Walker just looked at him, bro.
Have you seen Sean Walker's calves, bro? It looks like he has fucking bowling balls in his fucking
for sure
in his hockey socks.
Yeah,
it's wild.
More LA news. They re-signed both Austin Wagner and Carl Grundstrom today. Not sure. I don't have the note for Carl Grundstrom's contract.
7.25.
2 years.
2 years.
That's a good deal. I like that for Grundstrom.
Dude, Blake is doing a fucking amazing job, dude.
Fantastic job, bro.
Amazing job. I mean, we'll get into it after we talk about Jacques Martin and Sidney Crosby, just because there's some stuff that I kind of wanted to talk about with them. But he's doing a great job.
Oh yeah.
Sidney Crosby had arthroscopic surgery on his wrist. Too much masturbating in the bubble there. He'll be out 3 to 4 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks of a season that he's already been kicked out of.
Yeah, he's out. But so 3 to 4 weeks is his recovery time. He should be ready for the next season. But yes, he did have surgery on his wrist.
Amazing guy, really nice.
Really,
I've never met him.
Best friends with Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg.
So Florida did find their GM reportedly.
They hired him?
Yes. They said the announcement's supposed to be tomorrow. Bill Zito as their GM. He most recently was the assistant GM in Columbus and is a former player agent with a sharp mind, no nonsense attitude is what is being reported.
Fucking Mike Fuda, dude. Always the bridesmaid. Poor guy, man.
Left at the altar again.
Yeah, never the bride, bro. Or is he going to go to Arizona?
He's going to go to Seattle.
No, he's going to beg for his job back in LA. That's what's going to happen. I haven't left yet. Just let me come back. Come on.
Mike Fuda, inaugural GM of the Seattle Kraken.
I doubt that. Highly doubt that. Yeah. highly doubt that.
Yes, but they actually have a GM now. We don't have to speculate.
Really quick, speaking of former Kings, John Stevens looking real good on that Dallas bench.
Well, dude, nobody's ever questioned him as an assistant coach, bro.
No.
I don't think anybody's ever doubted him. It's just him as a head coach.
Well, I mean, I really feel like if he had if they gave him a couple seasons, he would have adjusted pretty well. I just feel like he came in with that Sutter mentality. But if he had time to work around that, he could have. I think he absolutely could have run that watch.
Too much of the old guard, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a defensive coach, man. That's
for sure.
That's his specialty.
Yeah.
So I mean,
let him run Dallas's defense.
So
be an assistant.
This next note I see is Kings segment ?
So one thing I wanted to mention, next season the Kings are going to have 20 fucking mil in cap space.
Yeah.
The following year they're going to have 35 fucking million in cap space. The following year after that, $55 million in cap space. Dude.
And that's with Kopi and Doughty still on the books.
Kopi and Doughty still on the books.
Wow.
So I would not be surprised if A, the Kings offer sheet Sergachev, B, they go after Taylor Hall, or C,
all the above.
All of the above. Yeah. Dude, they literally have fucking cap space for days coming up in this next.
It feels good, doesn't it, boys?
It does, man.
It feels good, man.
And to all the Blake haters out there, dude, I mean, I kind of understand where they're coming from just a smidge. But that dude has done an excellent fucking job. Besides the Dion Phaneuf trade, I think he's done a fucking amazing job.
But on the surface, it wasn't. On the surface, it wasn't terrible.
You gave the guy the keys to a burned out Geo Metro, and he's flipped it up to borderline to a Ferrari at this point.
Yeah, man. The system looks great. Cap space looks great.
Job. And for a guy with no prior management or front office experience, he's strictly a player's GM.
Yep.
And he's doing a great job, dude. I
think so too. I honestly would not be surprised if the Kings make a push for Taylor Hall, and one of the reasons is because they're the only ones that could probably afford him.
Adam makes a good point. He could be on the cheap because he had a very quiet season.
He did.
We thought he was going to go over to Arizona. I mean, honestly, I know it's Arizona, but we thought he was going to go to Arizona and at least be a difference maker with Phil Kessel, with Kreider, or not Kreider.
But the thing is, okay.
Jesus, why did I say Kreider? You know what I'm talking about. Center. Used to be on the Rangers.
Christian Dvorak? Oh, no. Derek Stepan.
Stepan, yes.
Yeah.
With Stepan, I thought he was going to be a much bigger difference maker there. I would agree. I think it was a very quiet season and a half, honestly, for him.
Yeah.
I don't know. With the NHL and the Cat, that one's iffy because of the name.
Oh.
I think he could still command a decent fucking deal.
At Duchesne when he went to Nashville.
Yeah. It's a Duchesne situation. I feel the same way there. I think his name and the way that he can produce if he goes to the right situation.
If we're gonna sign a late 20s, early 30s difference maker to kind of mentor the team and potentially later in a few years make a run at a cup as more of a depth role guy, I think the Kings should forego Hall and go for Pietrangelo.
No.
Absolutely.
No, why? You already have a 30-year pushing. No, dude, because you need to make space in that top four.
Yeah.
You need to make space, not add.
That's stupid. That's stupid. You're literally looking for another Drew Doughty at that point.
To be quite honest, Adam, I don't think Taylor Hall would push the Kings to be a
they wouldn't.
They would still be a lotto team.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll also add that I don't know how Taylor Hall would fit into the system that the Kings are developing.
Not yet, but give it a year or two, he will.
You think so?
Yeah, we're not doing it for now. I mean, you're signing Hall long term. I agree. I don't think Hall pushes us over the top and makes us a playoff
I think
playoff team.
Would drop in right away.
Fuck yeah! Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! Honestly, but you're telling Taylor Hall, like, if you go to sign him, like, hey man, like, in a year or two, we're going this first year when you come here, don't worry about like putting up big numbers and stuff like that. Kind of just get used to it, get used to the team. In a year or two, we're going to start competing when all these young guys start coming up. And I'll guarantee you that'll get Taylor Hall's dick hard.
Oh yeah, dude.
Hard.
He's been being told that his entire fucking career.
That's true, huh? That's so sad.
That's so sad. Dude, we're going to be so sick in Edmonton, man.
We're gonna be so sick in New Jersey.
So
sick in Arizona.
Arizona at least made a run.
They didn't like his DSLs in New Jersey, man. That's just what it was.
I really feel like Sergachev is a great addition to the point where I think Sergachev could challenge Doughty for the top quarterback on the power play.
On the power play, yeah. On the power play, yeah.
He has D-man in the franchise, but on the power play, for sure.
He has better hands and a better shot. That's for sure.
I also think he has better.
Yeah, he could actually hit the net.
I feel like he has better vision for his line mates.
I think so too.
Play. Yeah.
Only person Doughty sees is himself.
Yeah. And Sergachev is still young enough to where he could still grow with that core. He's what, 23?
Oh, yeah.
23.
I think he's like 23, 24. But yeah, he could still grow.
Man, I didn't even know we had that much cap cup, and I would have just said, "What's offer sheet Aho?" Classic.
Well, I mean, at the end of this past season, we only had $6 million cap space.
Yeah.
But this upcoming season 20, the following season 35, the following season after that is like 55.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be that high because that's just what is it? Speculated cap available just with all the contracts coming off.
Zach, you kind of touched on Adam's comment. I want to elaborate a little bit when he said. Do you guys want to be a winning team or a draft lotto team? I want us to be a draft lotto team for another 2 seasons.
A season or two. Yeah.
I want these 2 really loaded drafts to get out of the way. Let us get our guys, and then we start competing.
Yeah.
I want a lottery pick in next year's draft too.
I don't know about 2 seasons. I definitely say next season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm
counting this season as well.
Yeah, I think this upcoming draft, you get your franchise defenseman, and then after that, we're pretty much set.
Yeah, man. I really don't see any. I mean, Sergachev could even be that guy.
We need a right-hander.
Yeah,
we have a ton of left-handed
many
defensive
lefties.
prospects.
Yeah,
we need a right. we need another righty. That's for sure.
Isn't it funny how 3 years ago we were crying about the LA Kings not having a single left-handed defenseman, and now we have an overabundance of them?
It's wild, huh?
They just leaned into that. They're like, we need a left-handed D-man. We're drafting 9.
What are you going on over there? Oh, you muted yourself, Zach? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. I can't echo it enough. Hall definitely does not put us over the top, and I think we can build for the future. I think that would be an interesting spot for him to be in. But like you said, is it too much for him being in that situation for, what is that, fourth time? Yeah. It would be a 4th time for the Kings to say, oh, yeah, we'll be good in a couple of years.
Plus side, if we do pick up Hall starting next season, our chances to win the first overall pick in next year's draft go up 35%.
This is true. He is an absolute monster at getting the number 1 pick.
Statistically proven.
It is. It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Even the player himself endorses it.
He does. He actually tweeted about it, and it was probably the most fantastic day ever. He was like, dude, we're getting the number 1 pick. What was he, 3 for 3, right?
4 for 4.
Or 4
with
for
Edmonton?
4. Yeah. 2 for 2 with Edmonton, and then got it with 3 for 3 with Edmonton, huh? And then 1 for 1 with New Jersey. Yeah. Unreal.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to bring up about the Kings.
Yeah, so I had the segment next there because I think Dave was going to come on originally too, so I thought we were going to spend some more time on the Kings, but we wanted to get that in.
One more thing. I'm
one
sorry.
of these days you'll join us.
Yeah. One more thing. I'm sorry. Can you guys imagine? So I'm looking at the 2012 draft, right? Can you imagine if the Edmonton Oilers had skipped on Nail Yakupov and drafted either Morgan Riley or Matthew Dumba instead of Nail Yakupov?
Oh, they would have won a cup already.
Yeah.
You mean they would have had a defenseman? That's awesome.
This draft is the dumbest looking draft I've ever seen. I'm just going to read you guys the first round. First overall, Nail Yakupov. Ryan Murray, not the worst second overall pick. He's developed into at least a consistent top 4 D-man.
That's arguable. But go for it.
Alex Galchenyuk, 3rd overall. Griffin Reinhart, 4th overall. Not Sam Reinhart, Griffin Reinhart. Morgan Riley went after Griffin Reinhart in the draft.
That's how good he is.
After Morgan Riley, Hampus Lindholm, Matt Dumba, Derek Pouliot, Jacob Trouba, Slater Kukoc, Philip Forsberg, Mikhail Grigorenko, Radek Faksa, Zemgus Girgensons, Cody Ceci, Tom Wilson, Tomas Hertl, Timu Teravainen, 19th overall, Andre Vasilevsky, 20th overall, Scott Lofton, Mark Jankowski, Ollie Mata, Mike Matheson, Malcolm Subban, Jordan Schmaltz, Brendan Gaunce, Henrik Samuelson, Brady Shea, after Brandon Gaunce, Stefan Matteau, and
Kuntz.
Tanner.
Fucking Tanner Pearson.
Tanner Pearson.
Fucking Tanner
2
Pearson.
for 2 in New Jersey. Probably 3 for 3 in Edmonton sounded wrong.
Fucking Tanner.
It was probably 2 for 2 in Edmonton, 2 for 2 in New Jersey. Because they got
Nico and Jack.
Yeah, Heischer and Jack Hughes. That's right. Yeah. I thought 3 in Edmonton sounded wrong. They would have not won it 3 in a row because rigged would have absolutely been ridiculous.
Oh,
yeah. 2 for 3 in Edmonton and then 2 for 2 in
By
New
the way,
Jersey.
I'll have you guys know the Kings drafted Tanner Pearson and a guy who's already out of the pro leagues before Shane Gostisbehere was drafted in that draft.
I know.
And Matt Murray.
Who'd they draft? Bud Holloway?
Yeah.
Bud Holloway. Yeah.
Bud Holloway.
Bud Holloway.
Before Shane Gostisbehere, Matt Murray, Colton Parayko, or Freddie Anderson, which, I mean, I know how Zach feels about Freddie Anderson, but compared to some of the names on that list.
Buddy Holloway.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there you go, bud. I mean, that's fucking Mike Fuda right there for you. Have fun in Seattle.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks for that, man. I needed that.
So, we got one last thing to do.
Let's talk about beer.
Beer it up.
Beer it up.
Alex, you're drinking this week, right?
I am drinking this week.
Beer it up.
Beer it up.
I'm still looking through this draft sheet. Do you guys know who went 130th overall in the 5th round of that draft?
No, I forgot. I forgot to put it on the back of my hand.
Connor Hellebuck.
Oh, wow.
Oh, damn. Yeah, dude. Most of the times, like starting goaltenders, like you don't really find them until like the later rounds, dude.
Yeah.
It's still the 5th round. Jeez.
Unless Carter Hart, he's only 22.
He's only fucking 22. Carter, he's only 22. Hart, dude.
And a monster.
Let us see what you got over there, big guy.
Yeah, what do you got beside your nipples? What you got to drink?
Got my LA Dodgers Golden Road Blonde Ale.
That's right. I like it.
I
Golden
like
Road's good shit.
I like it. It's a very, very averagely good beer.
Yeah, it's all right. So I got this guy. Warhead's Extreme Sour, Artisanal Brew Works.
No thanks.
Yeah, you say that until you try it, and you'd be surprised.
Oh, no.
No thanks.
Blue Raspberry. It's a sour, not an IPA. Get that. We broke the tradition, I guess. I mean, I'm sure we've had a sour or something else on here before, but we've had stouts. Alex said it was a tradition. But anyways, this shit actually is pretty damn good. It's really refreshing. It's not as sour. It says extreme sour. It's really not. It's not any extra sour than normal sour beers there, Zach. But, I mean, it just has a blue raspberry flavor. I think it's pretty damn good. I've been on a sour ghost kick recently.
I'd try it. I would try it.
Yeah.
I grew up on Warheads, dude.
Yeah, me too. That's one of the big reasons, obviously, why I wanted to try it. So they have this blue raspberry and lemon came in already. And then
they have a pink
the
raspberry
liquor store
too, don't they?
Yeah, the liquor store I go to, Michael's, they're getting in 2 other flavors at the beginning of October, I think he said.
I think there's a green apple and a pink raspberry or something.
Yeah, the pink or red one, whatever the fuck they call it.
Yeah, the Trading Post over here.
Oh, Black Cherry. That's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah,
Black Cherry.
Trading Post over here in Downey is where I go for beer, and they had all 3 of those.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They're pretty good. I mean, I would say if you can get a single can, try it out. You may like it. It's not overly sour or anything like that. I know they put extreme on it, so you'd think it might be way too sour for like a beer, but it's just like a traditional sour. I thought it tasted pretty damn good, and I would get it again, and I'm excited to try the other flavors, but it's more of a nostalgic type thing why I wanted to get it, because obviously Warheads suck down those things. The 10 seconds of sour and then it's gone. Completely burns the tip of your tongue for hours. Especially the Black Cherry.
It was terrible. Absolutely terrible.
But we did forget our rating system last week until I put it into the intro. Alex wasn't here to remind us. So what is our rating scale this week? I know you don't get to try it yet again, Alex, but rating scale for beer.
It has to be something that roasts Boston, not just as a city, but as a community.
Why does it have to roast Boston?
How many scumbag Bostonians out of 10?
With 10 being good and 1 being bad, or the other way around? I would say the less scumbags, the better.
With 1 being Mark Wahlberg and 10 being Donnie Wahlberg.
That's a good one. Which side of the Wahlbergs would you like to be?
We'll simplify it. How many Wahlbergs out of 10? 1 being Mark. 10
So 1 is good, 10 is bad.
Yeah.
We're going backwards.
I will give this, since it's backwards, I'll give it a 3. Okay. I think it's pretty, as far as a sour, like I said, it's nothing super special. It literally just tastes like a blue raspberry sour. Right. I would give it, the reason why I would probably give it the 3 instead of like a 4 is because of the nostalgia of Warheads. But it's pretty damn good. I would definitely not knock it, Zach, and go for it and get a can or 2 and give it a try. And Alex, you too. I know you haven't really had many sours. It's not really your thing, but definitely give it a try, if anything, for being Warheads.
I literally thought Alex was asleep over there.
No, he's still looking at the 2012 draft.
I was not. I was on to the 2013, actually.
Oh, okay.
Just going through it. I'll pick up one of those cans, though.
I go down those rabbit holes once in a while.
So
that being said, follow us.
That being said.
With that being said,
Daniel.
Still on.
With that being said, yeah, dude.
You get a nipple. End of broadcast.